Let's see. I'll give this a shot.
What?
Yeah, exactly. So, from what I remember, we had managed to Gaius had managed to convince mostly the innkeeper that he would pay him and that we will return. And there's a goblin apparently stealing gold, and we followed the goblin and or a raving madman that the other guards were taking to a hold cell. We went into said hold cell and we nearly had to fight the entire army because our wise and all-knowing druidess decided to threaten them with a silver dagger unless they released a female who stole something.
Well, don't forget that Gaius had also um, made some pretty outlandish demands himself.
Yeah, he did demand to actually take the Roman who he saw the little goblin climb into his ear. That Callum knocked out.
Yeah, the issue was a jurisdictional one. That was where the line was drawn, where you have to take custody of a prisoner under their jurisdiction, where it's like, no, there's paperwork involved. There's a trail, a chain of custody. No. So that is actually the exact moment where it got hostile.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you guys extricated yourselves from that situation.
Yeah, managed to talk ourselves out of it a bit. We left. We heard the distinct voice of presumably Mithras. That's who we recognize the voice. The person who we had heard or seen and met before.
That's correct. You heard that voice as you left.
Yeah, he was getting people, he was barking out orders and getting soldiers to all come line up and all that kind of stuff. And we were let's move. And we moved to a different part of the city. What part was it?
It was the entertainment district.
That's right, where the gladiator pits were.
Yeah, and I need to...
there.
If I remember correctly, I do believe we did. There was a big shot guy. I'm trying to remember his name, but he brought an entire army, and it was like this. He was responsible for Callum's father dying, I believe. I just can't remember his name.
It was Mithras.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we're talking about the guy whose statue you saw in the temple district.
Yeah, remember deface the statue of a supposed god?
I remember a lot of defiling. I also remember Gaius drinking the blood out of the offering. All these souls are mine.
Yeah, I remember that too.
It's kind of funny, even though it's hard for me to hear what Gaius says on his side of the voice chat, everything he does is so memorable.
Why, thank you.
Very Malkavian.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the more goblin shenanigans with him.
Alright, I'm gonna keep my headset on, but I'm gonna go to the kitchen real quick.
Yeah, I need to find that map and pin it to the channel real quick so we can all take a look at that map. But we'll go ahead and start play in the entertainment district.
It's still in the roleplay channel. Just scroll up a little bit. Chris had posted a new link, or a link to it, so that it shows up there still. If you scroll up to the 6th. Go. well, there, mark them. Post it again.
Alright, so you are all in the entertainment district near the Gladiator Pit. It is past midnight. Do you have any plans?
Probably hide. Didn't we go in here to, because we were trying to get away from Mithras? He was heading towards where we were.
My recollection is you guys just saw him and bolted. So you went to the nearest district that you could get to, which was the entertainment district. You guys ended up here, and here we are. There's more people in this district than in the other districts at this time of night, so it's still pretty sparse. It is after midnight, in a time before electric streetlights.
Okay, I'm back. I heard everything. I was just in the kitchen. So, it's not just electric streetlights. We're without gas or anything like that. It's just like fires and torchlight, right?
That is correct.
Do you require any Roshrek rolls from us?
No. It'll only be if you get close to torches and that kind of thing, or the forges or the fire pits. But I kind of presume that you guys are averse to being near enough to those things to cause rot wreck.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go and grab anything or anything like that.
I would assume our beast would just be like, I ain't doing, get away.
I mean, we still have a mission. We still have goals. That hasn't changed. So, having moved from moved into the entertainment district, I feel like this is a good part where we can try and talk to people and try to gather information from the populace. Just kind of going around and socializing and seeing what we can figure out from the people who live here. Because we're looking for, Germanicus, so let's find him.
Okay. Well, if you guys would like to gather some information, tell me how you guys are doing that, and we'll go from there.
You guys all on board with that plan?
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's see. How about this? Colin will say to the others, 2 hours time, meet back at the gladiatorial pits. Walk around, see what you can find out.
I'll nod.
Just forewarning you guys, no one really has a good reckoning of an hour. Everyone might have a different measure of time.
Oh, wait.
That's fair. That's fine.
Quick, ST, I got a quick question. How about this? Can I make a, can I make a wits survival or a hearth wisdom roll to say okay, when, I mean, it's total night, right? Oh yeah, it's got to be total night. I didn't know because I was gonna say like, okay, when you see this, do this, that's when we meet up, or like, I don't know if they have like a bell or like some kind of signal that says, okay, hey, this is when this is happening, or like something like that.
I mean, you don't really have a good measure of the guard shifts going on right now.
Okay.
So you couldn't say at the changing of the guard because you don't know when that'll be. You presume there'll be a change at dawn, but, that's kind of late for you guys.
Yeah.
We definitely want to meet up before then.
I was just thinking like maybe if we could say like there was like a more visual cue signal that would be like, okay, when this happens or whatever, like if this specific district kind of like settles down, or whatever.
Well, the sky does change colors when the sun gets closer.
Oh, wait, that's right. Okay, here's a long shot. The stars. Okay, stars, or is the moon out? Or is it,
It's a waxing moon, so it is out, but...
well, I meant to say, is it where we can visually see it? I was going to say,
There's a cut that you can see, yes, and it is a partially cloudy night.
Okay, I was going to say, like, perhaps when the moon reaches a certain height, that's when we should all meet up somewhere.
It is oddly foggy in some parts here, though.
Okay. It would, that was just a thought.
So your plan is to meet up when, the moon...
Where is it now? Is it like in the horizon or is it like higher up?
It's just about midnight, I said, so it's probably towards the center of the sky from where you are.
Okay. I guess like when the moon, if it's in the center, I guess like say, well, we'll meet up when the moon is approximately like more towards the between overhead and between the horizon. We'll meet up again there when we see it at that peak, because that would be like a visual cue for everyone to note.
It's something.
Yeah.
Okay, if that's what you guys want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we're not aiming for perfection here. Just a cue that like, hey, it's not dawn yet, but we should still be like meeting up before that even becomes a concern.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, Callum will he's gonna go find some people. What kinds of things are going on in this district?
Okay, well, right now at this time of night, mostly people are passing along the gladiatorial arena and heading towards the red light district, which is further down the way. There's also an amphitheater where there's a play going on. And there's a, hang on, pull up the map again. There are also bathhouses that you passed along the way earlier, a series of bathhouses that are a source of recreation, along with the gymnasium. Along the way you encounter, let's see, there's a pair of women and they're talking amongst one another. They're just whispering as they walk along the way.
Do we all see
You
this?
whisper and walk.
All right.
Are you moving on or taking action?
I would like to try something if you'll allow me. I would like to use my.
Are you with him? Because my impression was that Callum had split off.
Okay, my mistake. I presume not. I follow Gaius wherever he goes, pretty much.
So, okay, so the ladies walking are before, or after I split off and start kind of like looking around.
Oh, after. I thought that you had split off immediately, that you got into the district, said, hey, we're all going to split up and gather information and meet back here.
Yeah. Yes. I'm just making sure that I understood correctly that, like, this is what I see and there's some... That was one of the things that I saw, right?
Yes, that's one thing that you saw, that you've seen.
Okay.
You're passing them on the street, basically, as you're walking along the district.
Did they look wealthy?
Ish? For you, definitely, because you're a Celt, and Roman levels of wealth are going to be far and above what a Celt has. If anything, to you, they would seem kind of frilly and overdressed.
Kind of spot purses, money bags, anything along those lines.
Oh gosh, I'm not sure if they wore purses back then.
Nope.
They might have had like a coin purse or something like that.
That's what I mean, like a small coin purse, not like a modern purse.
Yeah, I guess they would carry coin purses with them. Would they have them perhaps belted around their waist?
They usually would have them like more secured, perhaps like inside their clothing.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting question. I've not really thought about how Romans would secure their money. Let's say that it's sewn on the inside of their dresses, I guess.
Okay, so nothing I can spot that where I'm like, if I follow them, I might be able to like steal this or something like that.
No, not really.
Okay, well then I'm not as interested anymore. Not in them anyway. Like, two random ladies walking by, I measured them up real quick and took stock and go, keep walking. I'm gonna head in the direction of the red light district.
Okay. You pass what you presume is a prostitute. She is scantily clothed and she is trying to lure you.
How so?
Come on, man.
She's got them tits out.
Give me your
look.
pitch, Matt. Give me your pitch.
The come hither look is what she's giving you. You can tell that she's signaling with her eyes her intent.
Okay.
Do you have any streetwise?
No. Last session we had talked about should I get like streetwise or subterfuge, and I went with subterfuge.
Okay, you get the sense that she is telling you something with her eyes.
Hey, look, you could roll talents even if you don't have dots in them. It's just
I'm not trying to roll against you or anything. I'm simply telling you that you understand what she's telling you with her look. And
well, yeah,
as you will. This is a proposition, and you understand what's happening.
I have a dot of empathy. I can read people. Okay. Then, because here's the thing. Callum is, thinking with his beast. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I had to. Callum is thinking with his beast. And he wants blood. I don't yet know that, I have to consume, murderous flesh. I just feel this urge. I don't know that, it's gonna make me, vomit up or whatever, So, this is probably what we're about to roleplay through.
Okay, didn't see the evening going this way, but alright.
Yeah, why not? And look, you gotta go through all the struggles of being a new vampire and learning all the things that come along with that. Like,
With your beast.
yeah, thinking with your beast.
You speak Latin?
I have lingua franca, so I have like limited communication ability. I mean, that's all you need, right? Like when you look like me.
She voices to you, and what you pick up is that she is, again, trying to proposition you. You don't speak Latin, and so I don't have to give you specifics.
Yeah, it's fair. So in this type of situation, he would be. I don't have money, right? So he's like, and he knows that. So he's going to try and like,
Womp womp.
right? He's gonna try, and he's gonna try, right? But it's one of those things where like, he could maybe that inability to communicate properly is gonna pay off to his advantage here. Who knows? Maybe she's gonna think he has money. All he needs is a moment alone. So, can I use like something to maybe like represent his like attempt at like trying to like, yeah, let's go do the thing. Yeah, you know, I see I'm reciprocating. Come on, you know, the showing like mutual attraction, that kind of thing.
Waggle your eyebrows.
I mean, you know, the body language and all of that. Can I do that with appearance?
Appearance subterfuge.
Aha, it's a good thing I got it done now, huh? It's paying off immediately. First roll of the next session. Does
Stage 7.
do my unconventional looks play a part here? That's my specialty.
I say not really here, just because you look the part of a barbarian, and she's attempting to get you to pay. So she's
Okay.
kind of already thinking what you're thinking, which is that you don't actually have any money.
I don't have any money, but I'm gonna try this anyway. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. 7, you said, right?
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, because you're having difficulty with communication.
Yeah, well, that's still 3 successes. I'm a damn good-looking man.
Okay, she's willing to follow you, depending on where you take her. She says to you, and what you surmise is that she's asking for where you're planning to go?
I'm gonna try to communicate to her something along the lines of somewhere private or secluded. Like, gesturing, like, behind buildings or, you know, something like that. Like, we can conduct our business back here. We could, you know.
She says, but where?
Like, he's not looking to go inside a house or anything. He's ready to go out right outside. Like, I'm trying to make this as clear as I can, but I understand that there's that communication thing, you know? So to him, it's like, we don't need, like, walls.
Okay, it's just that she does
what?
this for a living, and
Oh, I
you
know.
don't live very long doing this by just, letting someone take you somewhere without telling you where.
Well, I'm saying, like I said, I'm trying to communicate, like, somewhere private and, like, like, oh, hey, like an alley down over here. We're in the entertainment district. There's got to be somewhere, like, secluded nearby. There's buildings, there's structures. We can hide behind something.
You could sneak into the gladiator pits, I guess.
Is it, like, just open fields? Like, what is this?
You wouldn't know guess you would have to find out.
I mean, the area around the gladiatorial arena is pretty open, actually.
Oh, well,
They need to
then-
make way for, horses and the like.
So, like, towards the red light district, where that stuff goes down.
Okay, you take her down towards the red light district. You pass a number of establishments where one would go to engage in those activities.
Wait, they like have places where it's like you just buy a room for that? Man, I don't know how this
It
works.
would be sort of an unofficial thing. The soldiers were prohibited from engaging in these activities, but that prohibition was basically never enforced because that's not how you have an army abroad for 10 years. You can't do it. So yes, they would have camp followers, and those camp followers would maintain establishments like this where Roman soldiers could spend their coin. But it would be done as, sort of like the pot industry is here in America right now, where it's a gray sort of illegality where you have to be very careful. Your business could be cracked down upon.
That's dumb. They should just let people fuck.
Okay, well they don't.
Who knew
so
the Romans
they
were
have these
so-
establishments.
Who knew the Romans were so backwards in, like, the, what do you call it? Prostitution laws, but they were totally cool with, like, public fornication.
This was the first group of people to pick up Catholicism, so.
Yeah. Still, it's weird. Alright.
Soldiers were actually expected to be celibate for their terms, and their terms of enlistment were like 20 years.
That is crazy. Yeah, we
But
need
again,
to, like,
they were
celibate
expected,
for a lifetime.
in air quotes, yeah, like basically go from 15 to 35 and being completely celibate. It was an unreasonable expectation that's what they went with.
So, alright, so question. Can I be, like, on the lookout for, like, a spot that to Callum seems, like, well hidden along the way where he can just be like, oh, here, and then, like, grab her?
Sure, let's do a perception stealth. So let's go with the DC. Well, okay, how well hidden are we looking for?
Like,
Are you
out
willing
of
to be able to eat this woman in darkness?
Oh, no, I was thinking, see, here's the thing. He's thinking, like, feeding, right? And he, like, just biting, drinking blood, And, I'm not, like, starving, so not trying to take a lot. And that's what I'm saying, like, this is probably the chance to, like, RP through him, like, feeding and then not being able to hold it down because he hasn't consumed flesh.
Okay, you're not planning to dismember the woman.
Yeah, so it's like I said, it's not
And a
a...
six. If you're just going for a kiss, then a six.
Yeah, I'm not trying to, like, dismember. Okay, that's 3 successes.
Okay, you can find a spot. There's a small porch on a cafe along the way that's got just enough shadow to where you could kiss her and no one would even think twice.
And, like, pull her in close and, like, bite down. Like, if she, like, seems resistant, I'm very strong, quick, and just quick grab, bite.
She's not going to resist because the second those fangs hit the throat, she's in the kiss.
Right. So, what I'm hoping for here is that he can drain, like, 2 points of blood.
What's your pool at?
24
Out of 30?
out of 30.
What's your self-control?
3.
You don't even need to roll it. Yeah, you can just take 2 points.
Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, now you need to make a willpower to hold it down, I believe.
Okay. Do you know the difficulty on that?
Yeah, let me pull it up. Hang on. It'll be in the beginning.
glory of Rome is forever.
What the hell is this? Did you just make this, or did you just find this?
I found it.
Oh my god. Because like it's too like spot on.
That was the point.
The glory of Rome is forever. That's so weird. I guess someone else thought that it was really odd that they were like this.
Where is this stupid flaw?
It's, for some reason, it's not called conspicuous consumption. We established that last time. They put it in Dark Ages V20 under some other name. I forget what it was called. That's why I could never find it in there, and that's why I put it down as conspicuous consumption, because I was like, oh, they don't have it. Let's use it.
Flesh Eater, it's a mental flaw. That's why I looked under physical and supernatural. It's a mental flaw.
Okay.
Okay, to keep down blood consumed without a murderous amount of flesh, succeed in a willpower difficulty 8, or vomit up the blood.
That's a botch.
Okay, on a botch like that,
Just one. No double botching or anything. Still a botch.
you vomit up 7 points of blood.
So net loss of 5.
Net loss of 5. The woman is staggered, but there is a lot of vitae on this now. Your boots are drenched.
Okay, so
you have exposed thighs too. Those are also drenched in your own vitae. The woman's shoes are ruined.
So like I start feeding on her, and then just like immediately, just like everywhere.
When you stop and lick up, you go to move away as she is, sort of dazed. You set her against the wall, and then you start to retch and immediately start vomiting all over the floor.
Wow.
So she's slumping down against the wall from the kiss, and she slides down into the vitae.
Gross. Okay. This is kind of going exactly how I imagined it in my head. So looking around, does anyone see us? Like we were we were like somewhat secluded, right?
You were somewhat secluded. No one really. You're in a covered area, and there's not much moonlight right now because the moon is still waxing. So you have the advantage of, if you're not in immediate torchlight, it's kind of hard to see things. So people might see two figures or one slumped against the wall, but they're definitely not going to make out the blood unless they step in it, and hear a squelch and then look down.
Okay. So with that in mind, he kind of looks down at her, kind of slumped over, and he has that he knows what he has to do now. Like, at least in his own mind, he's like, I have to eat her flesh. I have to. I'm gonna try and pick her up over my shoulder and carry this woman to even more secluded, behind the building or something like that. Is there any way to get completely and totally out of sight?
Obfuscate, yeah.
I don't get that though. Come on.
Right, what's your strength, athletics?
I have 3 dots of strength, and 3 dots in athletics.
Okay, I'll say you're able to heft her up pretty easily. You want to get totally out of sight?
Yeah, out of there's anyone around, they're not going to see what I'm about to do.
You could try ducking into a smaller alleyway, perhaps, one that's kind of not traveled much at this time of night. One with a bunch of storefronts, perhaps. Although some of the owners would be living up above their storefronts.
Alright, so I'm about to commit murder. Like, planned, foreknowledge, knowing that I'm about to do this. So I know that there's going to be humanity involved. Take her between, like, this alley and, like, rip out her throat, and then just, like, shove his claws into her chest and pull her heart out. So spending a blood point to create those claws, and just, boom, done. And then he's gonna feed on them.
Okay, so you murder the woman, and that'll be 8 points of blood. And you take it down with her heart, her liver, and her spleen, along with some of her entrails.
I am at where I would have been had I been able to keep down that blood. Or close to it.
Alright, the street is now smeared with blood. In addition, you kind of left a whole trail of blood from your VK pool all the way here.
Yeah. I know. It's a process that he's learning how to deal with, okay? You got a couple of fuck ups at first. Like this. He's figuring out the hunt. I have to roll conscience, right?
Yeah, let me look up generation.
I know that it's like +1 to the difficulty for like every step down that it would be, but I don't remember what the base is.
What's your humanity?
I am at 5.
Not under dramatic system, because why the hell would it be?
Oh boy. I'll pull up the PDF and see if I can help you.
Okay, when a character sins at or below her level, roll her conscience or conviction. Base DC is 6, increases by 1 for every level of difference between the sin and the character's current road rating. A character with 6 dots in her road to commit the level 4 sin, roll the difficulty 8. Failure means you lose a dot. Alternatively, you can lose a dot of conscience, conviction, instinct, or self-control. Alright, and then let's look at humanity. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a planned violation.
Yeah. Might even be casual. Depending on how you look at it.
It might actually be casual.
Just like thoughtless, like, oh, well, guess I gotta kill her.
Yeah, because you actually didn't plan to kill her to begin with. Let's see, casual violation, and then the most monstrous vile act. The most monstrous vile? What does that even mean?
Like, whatever you want it to mean. Humanity, like, sins against humanity 1 are kind of, like, poorly defined in pretty much every...
Yeah, like, what are we talking here? Are we talking, like, literal eating babies, or, like, is Stalin and up, you know?
Right.
Okay, so let's say casual violations, so that's a 2. You're at a 5, you said, right? So that's, yeah, 1, 2, 3
So,
steps, right?
3
so
steps,
that'll
that
be
puts
at
me at a 9.
9. Yes, DC 9.
I have 1 success. I feel horrible.
What? Wait, no, hang on. Oh, yeah, no, that's 2 successes, isn't it?
Difficulty. Oh yeah, 2 successes. You're right, because of the 10.
You don't, yeah. This
I'm
was
feeling
a
pretty
woman.
sick with myself.
This was a grown woman who was around, who had a mother and probably people who loved her. Yeah, so you feel pretty awful.
Can we just kind of close the scene
Yeah,
with him
no,
there?
that's I'm gonna kind of say you gain no information after this point and just say you walk shamefaced back to the meeting place. You're definitely early, but you've got a lot of thinking to do.
Yeah. Okay. Let's hope the others do better.
Alright, who's up next? Or Gaius and Ynish wanted to stick together?
Probably blend in better if we acted like we were already here. Knew each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Britta's gonna accompany you guys. Just because I don't know enough about the character to just decide what you would do at her own.
Alright.
Okay, so which way are you guys heading?
I'm following Gaius.
Gymnasium, bathhouses, gladiatorial pits, mostly unoccupied, red light district, closed storefronts.
Where would
Street
they
fighting
go
cards.
for the... Like, he would probably go look for where he would know the underground pit fights would be instead.
The underground what?
Like, if there was any kind of underground pit fighting that wasn't really sanctioned.
Why would they need to have underground pit fighting when they have sanctioned pit fighting?
I don't know. Like, because places do that kind of stuff. Why do criminals do anything?
Malkavian logic.
I mean, I would argue underground fight clubs exist because we don't have, sanctioned fight clubs that are easily accessible and anyone can volunteer to go in.
Yeah, you have like boxing and MMA, which is like got a lot of restrictions and rules and things you have to pay and all this other shit.
Yeah, exactly. There would be no rules in an underground fight, which is why Gaius would want to go look for it.
But they don't have a whole lot
Okay.
of rules in the normal fights.
All right, if you're looking for because you're asking about this in a town that is essentially a town full of cops. This is a military outpost, so you're asking if on a military base you're going to find an underground fight club where essentially they just kill people, because that's the thing you don't do in the gladiatorial arenas here. Everything else is pretty much going to be fair game. I mean, they'll even have some fights to the death, but most gladiators don't fight to the death.
Well, yeah, that would be the point of having them underground, is because they could fight to the death.
Right, so you're asking for a place where they murder people on a military base where enforcement would be at its highest level and most severe. I'll let you make the check, but don't be surprised if Iska doesn't have such a scene. I guess roll a wit streetwise for me.
Which one would be streetwise?
Streetwise.
It's in the talents.
I'm going to say difficulty of 8.
Okay, so it would just be, you said it was wits and streetwise or intelligence?
Wits and streetwise.
Okay, so I don't have any streetwise apparently.
No difficulty increase, at least. When you use skills, those have a +1 difficulty if you don't have any dots in it. But talents, it's just flat, whatever normal difficulty is.
Alright, looks like you've got 2 successes. Well, you don't manage to gather any information about an underground fight club where they murder people, but you do end up having a very long conversation with an old gladiatorial trainer down by the gladiator pit. He's retired. He doesn't train anymore. He's well past old age. But he mentioned something very strange to you. The current reigning arena champion, Maximus Varius Leticus, had a meteoric rise after he was transferred to Iska's staff. He was from the Ninth Legion, though you don't remember him. He's apparently attracted quite a following. They say he's the reincarnation of Achilles himself, and he's totally impervious to harm.
When is
They
his...
said he was a gladiator who has joined the staff, or a soldier who was a gladiator?
The current champion is a member of Iska's staff, because you can just volunteer to fight. So basically, in his off time, he's a gladiatorial champion, a side job, if you will. But he's part of Iska's normal staff. He was transferred to Iska's staff from the Ninth Legion just recently. Apparently about a couple of months ago, the trainer says. You don't recall him, but then again, you don't recall a lot about your time with the Ninth.
Might be a good place to start.
Yeah, where can I find him?
Well, you can see him down at the pits, the manager says.
I mean,
Sorry, not manager, trainer.
I mean, in his off time, when he's not here doing this.
You'll find him down in the training yard normally. He keeps to a pretty strict training regimen. Otherwise, he's down usually in the barracks district where he's housed or at his job at one of his postings. I don't know where he's posted during the days. I think he's pretty high up in the command, though.
Yeah, he would take that information. Just kind of go with that instead of pushing further and looking weird. He's kind of in a he doesn't hear anything, so he's gonna act normal.
The man bids you farewell.
Farewell. We just nod on to Ynish and follow.
You trailed off at the end. I didn't hear what you said.
And he said he would kind of nod in like Ynish's direction and Britta's to get them to kind of follow him, going back to the meeting spot.
Yep, I'm following.
Okay, you guys are just going to return to the meeting spot?
Yep.
Okay. In that case, Callum's not sitting there moping too long, but he is there when you guys arrive back at the meeting spot. He seems contemplative.
My hand, there's blood all over it, and there's blood on my feet.
I have a quick question. Is this the same night from last game?
It is the same night as when the 9th Legion arrived, yes.
Okay.
It's the same night that you spotted Mithras.
Okay, cool. What I'd like to do, technically my third eye is still torn open. I'd like to kind of get a peek at our Callum to see he's contemplating something. I wonder if I can get some insight.
Okay, here's the thing. You tore that thing open, and now you've been walking along the city streets. I assume you've either healed it, or you need to explain to me how you're going about hiding this eye without looking mad sketch in the middle of the night.
Oh, I have it closed? Because although closed, it just looks like it's, just
Like a forehead wrinkle or a scar.
Yeah.
Okay, you can close it even with the flaw. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a legit eye. Like it opens and closes.
It just he thought the flaw might make it permanently open.
Oh no,
I think that's a separate flaw.
The flaw is that if I heal it, it's closed, like it's healed over, and then I have to basically
tear it open.
Yeah, I have to tear it open, which causes me to take damage, and so basically to tear it open, I have to take a point of damage, and to heal it, so it's basically, it's kind of like, what's that one flaw, wounded or something, or it's like something that gives you, you lose 2 health boxes.
Permanent wound.
Yeah, it's like permanent wound, only with the eye, if I open it.
Okay.
But I mean, I have no qualm with putting a piece of cloth, wrapping a piece of cloth around my forehead and.
Roll of perception empathy then. It's a difficulty of 8.
Yes, sir.
And then Andrew, he's asking me to describe essentially how Callum is thinking. Are you comfortable just popping over to the aura perception page and reading off what your aura looks like?
Sure.
Because I don't want to tell him how your character is thinking at this moment.
Yeah. Based on the number of successes he gets, or wait, how does it work? Let me look at it.
Yeah, it's based on the number of successes.
So 1 success can distinguish only shade pale or bright. 2 successes, main color. 3 successes, color patterns. Okay, but those are 10s, so that's actually 5.
Shaboosh.
Mixtures of color and pattern.
Alright, so around the whole thing is paleness. Just around the whole thing. And then from there, what he described.
Okay, so a pale aura with main color being gray. And you would detect brown and red and silver. I'm looking at the other stuff, see if there's anything else that really applies. I'm not frenzied, I'm not confused or suspicious. Yeah, I think that's the most descriptive I can get. The main color, though, is gray. So it's gray with brown, red, and silver. silver in it.
So it looks like blood mixed with quicksilver.
All right.
And this is all, like, I describe this because it's not just, like, there's a lot on his mind, and you're able to pick up on the very subtle things that may not be immediately on his mind. So, like, some of that is, like, the, like, leftover, like, emotional trauma of, like, everything that's happened and seeing his, like, dad being killed and all that stuff, too. So it's, like, all this at once. It's, like, it's a lot.
Okay, so all right, so I take mental note of that, and then I just kind of like remain quiet, and or basically like try to gauge like body language, like okay, like what's going, like piece together, like okay, there's blood. He looks like he's in deep thought, and then there's these strange color patterns, and just kind of like keep that in the back of my mind until I figure out what. Basically, slowly discerning what the color.
Real quick, roll a dex stealth for me, Callum. Let's go with the DC of 8.
This is a whole different scene. That blood buff doesn't count anymore, right?
Yes.
Oh no.
It's difficulty.
8.
One success.
Okay. There are bloody smudges that resemble parts of a boot along the way leading to him.
I'm not wearing boots. I'm wearing shoes.
He's not talking about you though.
Whatever.
Or okay.
Or I'm not wearing boots or shoes. I'm sorry. I'm like barefoot. My apologies.
Let's press that. Whatever. Point is, it looks like a good faith effort was made to avoid leading prints, but there are some prints.
And like I said, like my feet have blood on them. There's some blood around my mouth and on one of my hands, or both of my hands even.
Oh, there is a lot of blood around your mouth, and you have a beard, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, you are caked. You ate 3 major organs and consumed a human's worth of blood. No, your beard is caked and rapidly coagulating.
I'll need to wash off again. Go in the ocean.
That's going to be over the fence, so have fun.
Oh, that's
or
right.
I guess you could
No,
go
I mean-
to the market district or one of the port areas and then drop into where they have those little, Oh, actually, no, you wouldn't be able to do that because the docks are on the other side of the gate.
Nah,
Yeah,
more likely
have
just
fun.
go to the
Bathhouses.
gladiator. I was gonna say a bathhouse or gladiator pit. Like they're gonna have somewhere to bathe there. Like I'm not doing that first. Obviously, this is me like returning and just he sees this scene. All of them do.
You need a bath. I would recommend the bathhouse, but I wouldn't recommend walking in there looking like that, unfortunately.
He doesn't really respond to you at all, just kind of like staring down at the ground. Just quiet, contemplative. Real quick, Matt, is Holly gonna be able to join us at all?
I'm hoping so.
Because it's been like an hour, she hasn't hopped on yet.
Yeah, it's just that the boy was giving her a lot of trouble. So I'll go check and see if he's 100% down in like 5 minutes here.
Okay.
I don't want to walk in there and then start the whole thing over.
Oh, so when you're done mourning or whatever it is you're doing, um, we have there's a gladiator who's also a member of the command post or staff here. I imagine it might be the fellow on the 3rd floor, back from where we came. The goblin told us to go to.
You got his name, Maximus Varius Ledicus.
Yeah, he would say that name specifically.
And specifically, why were you interested in this information?
Because his knowledge military. If he's somebody in command, he would know the highest up, and that would probably be Germanicus, given his military background. And this is a military base.
It is unlikely that Germanicus has a military rank that the rank and file know about. Germanicus lived 100 years ago. He couldn't exactly maintain his current rank and post.
True, but if he's in charge of something, this guy may have someone who knows him or a way to see him doing something. Under his under an identity or something.
Alright, give me 1 second, I'm gonna go check on the wife.
Okay. So, you're thinking this guy can be like a connection somehow to what we're looking for?
Yeah, I get it, if Germanicus is the one who's kind of in charge of the place, he's got to be operating under some kind of pseudonym or something like that.
So you may want to convey the tales of enhanced, supernatural, almost craziness. That would be a key giveaway that you're not really communicating.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, supposedly there's stories of what he was saying. There's stories of him these amazing battle prowess that come out of nowhere and he just meteoric rise to the top and all that.
Oh, yeah.
You're just kind of you didn't tell me any of that.
That's true. I'm okay with it. What can I say? He's not fully paying attention to everything he's doing.
Okay, well, alright. But we had 2 other players hear everything, so I'll recount the full story as soon as Britta gets down here. Wife's getting on in just a second.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I was just telling him he's trying to relay it, but he's giving me incomplete information. It's
I was trying to egg him on to get him to say the full thing, but yeah, if he wants to play it as, hey, my character was police, that's okay. We have other people who were.
Yeah, Ynish, tell me the things. You were there.
Okay.
Don't let him be the only one.
All
We're
right.
gonna go chasing after goblins and crazy shit.
All right. Sorry, my throat's a little sore. Quick question. Chris, what is Gaius's rank?
He was a hunter.
You're getting a visual thing, right?
Yeah, it's the Venator.
Okay.
What they were.
The Venator believes that this gladiator may have some otherworldly influence that we may have of use to our mission.
Aye, aye.
We are currently on the way to locate him. I believe that Gaius has questions.
Is this directed at me?
Yeah, I said that to you.
Okay. So I guess with that, Callum is maybe shaken a bit out of his reverie. He'll kind of look down at himself, look up at you, and I made a mess.
Pause the game real fast. So I'm assuming we're all communicating. Are we all communicating in Latin currently?
I only speak the language of the Picts, and I have lingua franca for like some basic communications. So I'm not totally fluent in Latin.
Okay. The reason I asked is because I don't have anything in languages, and I believe my base language is Hebrew.
Oh,
And that was why I'm sitting there thinking, like, I hope I can say this.
I did not know that you didn't take Latin.
No, that was just that's why I was asking, because I was like, I wonder if the Latin is like, base common.
Latin is the lingua franca, yeah. But it takes some merit to have like just basic understanding that anyone can.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to sit there, and that's why I was trying to sit there. Like, I wasn't really talking much because I was like, I don't think they would understand me.
Yeah, I was kind of picturing him like following me around like that old dude in Last Samurai, following around Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah.
Not saying anything. He's like, mind if I call you Bob? Is that okay?
Pretty much.
Okay, Bob, let's go.
Okay, so Britta is here. Let's just recount for her what happened. From last time, you guys had escaped the command post because Mithras showed up. You went to the entertainment district. You tried to gather some information. Callum murdered a prostitute.
Yay.
And you all, you stuck with the group of Callum and, not Callum, I'm sorry, Gaius and Ynish. And the two Romans proved their worth because you gathered some information. And the information you gathered was from an old gladiator trainer who told you that, quote, the current reigning arena champion, Maximus Varius Leticus, has had a meteoric rise after having been transferred to Isca's staff from the 9th Legion. He's attracted quite a following, and they say he's the reincarnation of Achilles himself, being totally impervious to harm.
And now, yeah, you're recounting this to me as I'm like sitting there with like blood on my feet, blood on my hands, on my face, like just all in my beard, and like just looking at the ground like depressed, like. And I stand up and say, I made a mess.
Did you clean it up?
You both talked at the same time.
I said it would appear so.
And what did you say, guys?
He asked if you cleaned it up.
No. They're gonna think it's some kind of animal.
Where did it occur? On the wall?
Yeah.
That may interfere with that hypothesis.
saw what I did, you would understand. I ripped out her throat, and I...
Oh, you did a lot worse.
Yeah, I'm like telling her, and I just ate parts out of her heart, her liver. We are not men, we are beasts. And I looked down at my hands, covered in blood.
Gaius leans over to Ynish and just tells him he ate someone. He says it in Latin, of course, because he can't speak Hebrew.
It's at that time I wish I had telepathy, but I just kind of like nod.
Down the way, you hear gasps from gasps and a scream from the area Callum was in.
Time to go.
That was in like the red light district, right? And we're back at the
You didn't go into the red light district. You were in the entertainment district going towards the red light district. So there's kind of a gradation there where those establishments start popping up outside of the actual red light district.
Yeah.
So you're decently far into the district, but you have been noticed.
I'm gonna say I should clean up. You want to meet this gladiator? You know where to find him?
He's part of the staff, so I imagine he's in the barracks somewhere. Perhaps on the 3rd floor, or where the goblin told us to go.
Look, I'm just gonna say this, like, he didn't say that at all, so, like, out of character, Matt did not say that at all.
Nope.
Just saying, like, he told you where you could find him, right? In the training grounds, and at the gladiator pits. Like, he told
Yeah, but no, it was the little goblin that led them to that, to the barracks originally, following the
back
lights.
there. Okay, alright, just establishing that this is a thing you were intentionally, like, subverting. You were lying. Okay. So, with that in mind,
The night is growing long.
I'm not sure entering another major collection of soldiers is prudent. Is there anywhere else we can go outside of the barracks area?
I need to wash up. We should return and rest so that tomorrow we can find this individual when we have more time in the evening. I do not know how long until, but it shouldn't be too long until the sun comes up and we run out of time. We don't want to be caught over here.
Agreed.
Are you heading back to the same establishment? Or a new one?
We do have like that whole like setup. He's like, oh yeah, we'll keep your stuff here, and we told him we'd come back, right?
We did, but we also told him we would pay him. And we have no coin.
Oh, that old chestnut.
I have coin.
Yeah, that coin you stole. Yeah, do you still have that stolen money?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's wise to stay in the same place twice.
At the very least, we should go back and get our things.
What did we leave behind? I as a player, just don't remember what we left behind.
Oh, we already got that back.
Okay, I mean, well, at the very least, I have something to cover me up while we find somewhere for me to, like, wash off at. The training grounds have got to have, like a water basin or something. Like, maybe one of the, or maybe nearby the gladiator pits. Matt, you said there was,
they have
like,
fountains, dude. They have public fountains and the like, and they have bathhouses as well.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to go to a bathhouse. There's going to be people there. Like, if there's a public fountain, just wash off nearby. Like, right there. Like, nobody's going to really pay a whole lot of attention to somebody washing off. Find one that's, like, no one's at. This time of night, come on, there's got to be at least one that doesn't have somebody at it.
Yeah, go ahead and make a wit stealth for me. Difficulty 6. You are still covered head to toe in blood, and there was a murder.
Fair. You said 6?
6.
I have 1 success.
Alright, you're able to wash off in this fountain. You're pretty sure no one spotted that you were washing off a large amount of blood.
Okay. Look, I have marginal success at getting away from the scene and washing off, so at the very least they're gonna be like, well, they went this way and they washed off.
The water is dirty.
Where he went after that, don't know.
It's virgin blood.
Make a perception alertness for me while you're there.
Difficulty?
I'm gonna say 7 because you're a little distracted.
Oh, wow, 5 successes. Every single dice come up with success. Now why couldn't I get that on the thing that I botched before?
You hear 2 legionnaires that are down near the fountain. They're talking amongst themselves, and you overhear them. Their backs are to you as you're at the fountain. One says, "You know, I hear Germanicus himself is behind those the dead, and he names off a couple of soldiers." "Oh, really? You mean the old guy Germanicus? The legendary soldier Germanicus?" "The very same, that's what they're saying." "How would that even be possible? Stranger things have happened here in Iska."
Have I, like, is this, like, as I'm washing off, or after I'm finishing washing off and, like, starting
No, this
to
is
leave?
as you're washing off.
Okay, I'm listening really closely. Did they say anything else?
Oh, then it goes on to a discussion of the man and a recent encounter he had with a young Celtic girl. And it's unrelated.
Okay. I'm gonna finish washing off, and then go over there to them.
Okay, they don't seem to notice you. I assume you're not just stomping over there.
I'm gonna quietly approach, yeah, but not like, So I'm cleaned up now, so at the very least I feel confident in approaching and, like, trying to engage in conversation.
Okay, it appears this man is a sentry for this road here. So
Okay.
you approach him, and his back is to you.
As I get a little bit closer, I'll just kind of hail to them, like, hey, you know, like, get their attention. Don't want to, like, pop up and be like, boo, you know, big scary
He
dude
turns
in a
around.
giant
Yes,
cloak.
how can I help you?
I'm gonna say the word Germanicus. Tell me more.
What do you mean, he said?
Okay, so I'm gonna do like my best like barbarian talk here. I hear a name before. Who?
He's the man who commanded a legion of heroes and rode roughshod over your people. Oh, about a century ago.
So yeah, I'm playing the part of the like ignorant barbarian, just kind of like never heard this.
So you're half working it?
Well, sort of. It's like, okay, it's sort of true because of who he is, but but at the same time, it's like it's a language barrier issue. That's what it is. It's like, who? Like, I never hear this guy. What? I'm trying to get them to embellish a bit, like to see if I can squeeze some more out of them, out of whatever this they were talking about was, you know?
Well, he said what he said.
Yeah.
Do you have a response?
When this?
About a century ago. 100 years? Oh. Do your people keep time? Many moons ago, he says, and points up.
And they would have like track through generations and seasons.
If nothing else, by harvest.
Like the concept
Are
of
you
numbers
telling
is
him
not
this?
foreign.
Because he says many moons ago and points up.
Okay, that's what he does, and I just kind of roll my eyes and
Flip him
he
the
kill
bird.
people.
Roll his eyes, flip the bird, and walk off.
No, I just say he kill people now.
What? No, he's dead.
But you say he kill people now.
Oh. Were you listening in on us?
Good ears. I tap my ear.
That's just what some of the idiot peasants in this town are saying. There's been a string of dead soldiers lately, and they're saying the spirit of Germanicus is to blame.
Ooh.
Oh, and I kind of chuckle. Yeah. Like I'm playing along with like, yeah, that's ridiculous. And then I'll say to him,
Yeah, they say he appears in the fog.
where soldier die?
Lots of places, mostly in the barrack district.
Here?
Well, I don't know how specific I'm allowed to get here. It doesn't concern you.
Need help?
We certainly don't need help from you.
I raise up my arms and flex.
You said your strength is 3?
Yeah.
Ah, keep at it. Someday you'll be a regular legionnaire.
I kind of chuckle like, yeah, right.
Well then, on your way, Kelp. Gives you a little slap on the thigh.
Ooh.
Oh, they do call us Celts, don't they? Because that's not what I am. Okay. They wouldn't know. They wouldn't understand the nuances. They just think of us all as like, they're all Celts. They're all foreigners. Because originally the term Celt didn't refer to any specific like tribe. It was like,
You're the Indians of the
Anyone.
first century.
huh?
You're the Indians of the first century.
Well, no, it's more than just that. Because like anyone who like there are people in German regions that were called Celts as well. Celt was a term that referred to like barbarian peoples. Is what they call them. Just they call them Celts. So yeah, that makes sense. That he would just be like, on your way, Celt, and I'm like, oh, you fucking idiot. Like, okay, just leave. I'm done done. I got what I wanted. And I'm gonna, after washing up, see where these others are, if they've moved on, or hopefully not. Have you guys moved on? Have you done anything in this meantime while I was washing up?
Gaius would just probably look for somewhere to sleep, or someone to eat. It's not.
You could locate either.
What?
We'd look for somebody just like kind of straggling, because he's kind of needs to eat.
You can locate either.
Which would I roll to find someone to drink from?
Perception survival. Let's say a 6. There's a drunken soldier on the way back to the barracks.
Oh my gosh.
His senses are barely about him and he's alone.
And he's drunk. And the goblin's giving you the thumbs up.
Gaius would kind of swoop up on him, and then kind of approach him and try to lead him into something like an alleyway.
How are you planning to lead him? You can certainly sneak up on him.
He does have enchanting voice, so he would just kind of like sit there and kind of like coax him over, like, I want to show you something.
Okay, I guess a manipulation subterfuge? Enchanting voice I think is -2, yes?
I believe so. Trying to find the merits in the book.
I'm pretty positive it's -2. A lot of those like merits that are like applicable to roles are all -2.
I am, by the way, just keeping an eye on Cal and trying to keep track of the group. Not wanting any of us to get caught or to lose anyone. That said, I mean, I won't be drawing attention to anyone. I'll just make a note in my mind. Oh, okay, he went that way. All right.
Alright, the man is interested in whatever you have to show him. So he kind of stumbles over. He stumbles over to you and says, "What? You got a weird denarius to show me? What are you?"
And then he would just be like, "Yes, come see," and he would pull out whatever. I don't know, nothing actually, and it just kind of pounce on him as he got it to him.
Okay. You plunge down into him. He is again, not able to physically react to you. He's so drunk. Go ahead, and how much blood are you going to take from this gentleman? And how much blood are you down?
I think, what was the maximum for, level 6?
30 for you.
30? So yeah, he would be down 13 total, I think. And he would kind of drain him down to like the point where he just kind of like completely passed out, and then he would just stop there if he could.
Okay, well, they're in the kiss, which is always kind of a fugue-like state. They're still conscious, but barely. If you want to go till they actually pass out from blood loss, we're talking at like wounded, which is the step right above where they need hospitalization to survive. So are you wanting to drain them that far down, or do you want to just take... Let's put it this way. In rules terms, you can drain 3 points from a human before it starts doing damage to them. And you can drain 7 points from a human before they need to be hospitalized, or they will die.
He would try to go for 3 right now.
Okay, so you take 3, you lick up, and it's done.
Yeah, and then he would pretty much go right back, just to kind of searching for somewhere to fall asleep. Or enter trouble and not be found.
Does he get buzzed?
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
Yep.
Let me look up intoxication, poisons, and drugs.
Yes, he does. He definitely gets hammered. I've had that happen to me before.
You drank somebody's blood?
Like in game, I've
Oh.
I've
You're like, I had that happen to me before. Like, wait, what?
in game I have drank from a person who was intoxicated, and my character was like drunk for the rest of the night.
Okay, let me see here. I have the penalty, but is there a soak roll involved? Let me see here.
I don't think so. I think it's just like, just take this, like, because he got the blood. It's not him consuming the substance. It's him getting it from a...
Okay, so it's gonna be subtract 1 from Dex and Int for every 2 drinks worth of alcohol in his blood. So we're gonna do -3 to your Dex and Int, and it fades at the rate of 1 die per hour.
So -3?
To both intelligence and dexterity.
You are fucked up.
And what does that take your Int to?
That drops my int to 0.
Okay, then you must act 100% hammered.
Alright.
This has got to be good. The Malkavian is drunk, 100% drunk.
Am I the only one who saw this coming? I'm serious. Am I the only one who saw that coming?
When he said that it was a drunk guy that he spotted, no, I knew exactly how that was going to end.
For the next however long he's drunk, I don't know you.
3 hours, remember? He just said 1 die per hour.
Well, I just meant like, I don't know you. Who's him? I don't know. Just keep walking.
You're like Hebrew. Isn't that a sin anyway? Like, it's not against the
No, it's not a sin to drink. It's a sin to get drunk.
There's one of the alternate roads for humanity is the road of heaven, and it has one for each of the 3 major Abrahamic beliefs, and so you could do that, and it would make it so that you cannot feed from anyone who is not Jewish.
Okay, makes sense.
So yeah, guys would come stumbling out of that alley, kind of, drunk and Hodgepodge. Shaggy walking.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything?
As we move around or kind of like move from point A to point B, I'm just kind of like, you know, with my normal eyes, let me just emphasize that, surveying like the, you know, if I spot like any guards, Roman legionnaires, I just kind of like take little mental notes of like, okay, there's one over here. This is like an out, or where they usually kind of like post up.
They are posted on every street corner.
Okay, so this place is heavily guarded.
Oh yes, it is a military outpost.
Okay, so that's just when I'm sitting there. I'm just kind of like, you know, I'm taking notes of like, okay, here, and all this stuff. Like, okay, they got one on every corner. I'm just keeping, you know.
They're actually the ones maintaining the lights, and a lot of times they have torches there with them at their station.
Gotcha.
So I'll probably return around the same time that Gaius does, drunkenly. Right?
Yes, and everyone can kind of tell that Gaius is acting a little unusual.
More so than normal.
What do you think your dex do?
0.
Oh, okay, he can barely walk.
He's like stumbling to
Yeah, he's just like wobbling. He has like a little limp in his arm for some reason. He's just kind of standing there.
No, you can't even do that. You fall, and then you get up and you fall.
He starts hitting on Callum.
You're cute.
Well, this is good to know. Unfortunately, this means that we shall need to be extra careful finding protection for ourselves.
I'm gonna say to the group, yeah, well, it looks like our friend here has decided that the rest of this evening should be spent indoors.
I
It
just
would
know.
appear as such. Let us see if we can find a quiet place. With Mithras back here, I'm loath to be anywhere highly visible or frequented by the night.
There are rumors abound that Germanicus comes in with the mists and kills Roman soldiers. I heard the soldiers talking about it to themselves. He is
Good
here.
pastime.
He is here, and we will find him. We need just find the right moment. They have died within the barracks. So
That guy slaps and goes, "Ah, told you, told you."
So he is here. As unusual as your conclusions were, I'm gonna have to admit that you were right.
Wait, are you referring to Gaius?
Yeah, Gaius, telling Gaius that he's right while he's drunk.
Just kind of hiccups and then nods his head very obnoxiously.
But yeah, there's
Smoke cannot leave beings dry. He must have a physical form somewhere. Perhaps we can learn more tomorrow night. For now, we'll need to find some more quiet.
Alright, is everyone just going to seek out lodging?
Mm-hmm.
A new place or an old place?
I think we have to go for somewhere new.
Okay.
Right, you guys? Don't
Anywhere
want somewhere-
particular in the city?
as I recall, the Ninth Legion acted a little bit like zombies. So, I don't worry too much about them spreading throughout town. But even so, let's try to find somewhere small and less extravagant, just in case one or two of them decides to go out.
I mean, they're gonna stay in the barracks district mostly. What we need is like some lodgings. Let's go back to that district and find just a new place.
Okay, lead the way.
Like, let's just go back across town, find somewhere to stay. What do we need to do for that? Somebody skilled at talking to people have a way to like get us a cheap room.
Gaius didn't lose his 3 points to charisma or manipulation, or his 4 to subterfuge.
Hey, how you doing? I'd like to find me
With an
get
X of
upstairs.
0, I'm gonna say you have trouble communicating.
Fair enough.
I'd like to buy an upstairs for tonight.
So, are we gonna go back to my plan, which was Andrew's plan, which was my plan earlier, to go and sleep it off?
Well, yeah, that's what we're doing. It's just a matter of like who's gonna lead it.
I nominate myself, who is not drunk and has charisma and intelligence and is multilingual. All agreed? Say aye.
Or you could just be like, I know languages. Let me handle this.
That's exactly what I just said. He knows languages too, but he's drunk.
Accepted.
So are we doing this in a particular part of the city, or does it matter?
I was told there were only lodgings in one section of the city, so that is where we will go.
They are concentrated in that area, but there is lodging throughout the city.
I mean, we
Sprinkle
won't
here and
stand
there.
out as much like finding lodging in an area designated for finding lodging, right?
Okay.
Like that seems like the thing to do.
Alright, everyone give me let's go with perception alertness, difficulty of 8, as we're going to the lodging district here.
Would I be able to use my aspects for this? My enhanced senses?
Heightened senses, yes.
Okay, cool. How many dots does that give me? Just one?
You have your heightened hearing enabled, because this is something you would just encounter spur of the moment, not...
I did not consciously activate it, but I didn't know if this was like a passive thing or direct, like...
Okay, well, here's how it works. You can have them on, but you need to tell me if they're always on passively. I need to know what senses are on passively.
Okay.
Because there is the potential for your senses to be blown out or overwhelmed.
Okay.
And if you decide they're not on by default, then that's fine, but you need to specify when they're on.
Okay, alright. So, since it's, originally I would not have thought to use it, so I'll just say I didn't.
I mean, if you want it to be on by default, that's fine. Just make that determination now. Do you want to default them to on, or do you want to specify?
Nah, I won't default them to on, because, yeah, I'd rather...
Okay.
I'll forget.
Alright, well I have 0 successes.
You have
Looks like we have...
772272.
I think I botched, so...
No, it was difficulty 8. You just failed.
Okay, cool.
Britta, did you roll? Okay, she failed.
We
Okay,
all
so
failed.
then... Alright, so you guys reach several inns in this district. I'll run through a quick list again. We had the Temple of Bacchus, which is an establishment that is kind of in between the red light and the lodge lodging district. It's obviously got services that cater to both, the tavern and a brothel. There's the Eagle's Landing, the Rubicon's Rest, and then there's a few places just labeled bed or with a sign or picture.
Letting Britta lead the way.
Gaius points to the temple of Bacchus as like it comes into view.
Temple of Bacchus it is. I guess we'll approach that one.
Oh no. You're listening to the drunk Bafgavian.
Yeah, it's as good as anywhere else. Well, wait, why would we not want to go to the Temple of Bacchus?
Again, it is a tavern and brothel. It is not necessarily a peaceful establishment.
Better go one of the ones labeled dead. I think there'll be less attention drawn, less brand recognition.
I just point to the standard, like, display, like, this things that just show bed, like,
Okay, so you guys are just going to a bed establishment?
Yes.
Okay. Inside there is a locked door, and then there's a small window, and there's a bell sitting on a counter in front of that window.
I ring the bell.
Do you ring it loudly or softly?
Softly at first.
Nothing happens.
Loudly after a few minutes.
From the far room.
What is it, a troll?
Well, you could describe it as a troll, but it's clearly just a very, very weathered and worn old Latin male with graying hair and a pot belly, struggles out, his tunic half on, and comes to the window. Yeah, you need a room? He says in Latin.
Yes, we've traveled all night. We want to sleep all day and be left alone. I dropped some coin on the counter. Do you have a room for us?
How many coins do you drop on the counter?
I don't know. Money, I guess. 2 coins. And I'll look to see his face. I'll drop a third one if necessary.
He says 5 denarii.
I look at my coins and count out 5.
Alright, through here. He unlocks the door, and then he points you to... This is a small home, small dwelling that has 2 rooms in it. He points you to a room far on the other side of his room. It's separated by curtains.
Oh.
Does it have, like, proper flooring?
No, it's dirt.
Great. This is perfect.
Does it appear in any way to be, like, sunproof?
It doesn't have windows on the inside of the building. It's kind of dreary.
Alright, we'll go with
I mean,
that.
the roof itself is kind of a thatched roof, so there could be pores in the roof, but...
That's fine. I'll sleep under a blanket or whatever. It's fine. Alright.
I'm gonna like offer the cloak that I have, point up, like what we did before, fasten it up there, you know, use it as a drape, and I'm gonna sink into the earth, spending a blood point to do so. Look, I'm
Okay.
back to where I was.
Callum melds into the earth, much in the way that you saw Wotan do.
Do my best to ensure that it is secure. Yeah, that's
Make a perception survival. Difficulty 8.
All of us or just her?
Depends on what you're doing. If you're securing the room, yeah.
Okay.
Seems secure enough.
Alright, there's only a curtain there, so I want to make sure any valuables are hidden under us. We'll no doubt come in and see if there's anything valuable to take. Let's sleep close together and under a blanket to hide, just in case. I attempt to set everything out accordingly. I realize we sleep looking a little different than humans, but I want it to require inspection. It says it's so dreary in here, hopefully all they'll see are a few heads and leave it alone.
Possession-wise, do you guys actually have anything of value?
Not really.
Gladius and maybe my armor misguided.
I have a small pack of coins, which I will clutch close to my body.
Armor is heavy and noisy. It's unlikely someone's going to try and lift your armor.
Might try to snatch your sword, though.
Alright, so you're all going to share the bed and just get underneath of some blankets?
Mm-hmm.
The giant cloak.
Yep, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay. You all pass into Topor, and you all wake up the next evening, spend a point of blood, in the same order as before. Highest humanities wake up first. I believe that's Gaius and then Ynish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Gaius, you wake up and it is twilight. So the sunset is actually still visible, although it has crested over the horizon and there are no direct sunbeams.
Am I still drunk?
No, after 3 hours. In addition, it's kind of a rule that you reset to the point of death when you wake up each morning, or when you rise each evening. That's why your hair grows back.
Shit.
Good for Gaius, he likes to wear his hair. He wouldn't really do anything right off the bat. He would kind of just sit there and enjoy the fact that he's not drunk anymore.
What about Ynish? Ynish, are you doing anything?
Shaving.
Yeah, Ynish rises about 30 minutes after, and he's going to do his rough shave with the Gladius again, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Keeping up appearances.
Alright, you have fortitude, right?
Yes.
Okay, you're able to shave even with a rusty Gladius.
There you go. I'm gonna sharpen this bitch.
I can't imagine that feels good anyway.
Right? I'm like, imagine the itch from that razor burn you would get. Like,
Yeah.
Do vampires get razor burn?
Not with fortitude, you don't.
It's true. That's what the fortitude's stopping, is the discomfort and pain. Okay. Well, just let me know when Callum is rising.
Are you doing anything else, guys?
At the moment, not really. You might look over to Ynish and ask him, is he going to do that every day?
Only while we're here.
Alright, Callum and Britta rise, spend a blood point.
So, like before, I would like to sense my surroundings before rising, making sure it's just the presence of vampires and not, children.
I don't know if I'm going to let you get that fine-grained with it. It's a perception alertness. I think we won this last time, right?
Yeah,
Or was it
yeah.
awareness?
Last time I only had like one success though.
Okay, perception alertness difficulty 8.
Ooh, that's 5 successes.
A few larger humanoids are padding above your location.
Can I determine the number?
Not really.
Oh.
Not many, just a few. Maybe just one marching noisily. You're not sure.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to hope for the best.
Yeah, I'm kind of going with, like, what can a pregnant child hear in utero? Not a pregnant child. What can a child that is in utero hear? Okay, you emerge from your hiding place, and sure enough, it's just Callum shaving. He's not moving terribly much, and then Britta has, and I presume, has stood up from the bed.
Yes, I'll begin making sure we have everything, and the usual. That I'll ask where I want to go for today.
So I just kind of emerged from the earth, like melding out of it. And just look around at the assembled vampires. Kind of kick Gaius's like boot. Doing well.
What'd you kick me for?
Doing well. It was like get your attention, not like I'm kicking you hard kind of thing. Just like a, okay,
You kind of nod his head for now, I guess.
How much do you remember?
Of what specifically?
Last night you seemed, as drunk as I've ever been.
That is a good question. Do I take penalties to remembering anything?
You take an int penalty, and that's where I get a little confused.
Well, memory is tied into intelligence in the system. Like whenever you're trying to recall things.
Yeah. I guess let's have you roll an intelligence roll for me right now, just intelligence. Let's say it's a difficulty of 7. No. Wait, did you roll?
Oh, I did. I rolled in calendar. Oops.
No successes? No, you don't remember anything. Well, okay, you remember speaking to the old gladiator's trainer, and then that's really the last thing you recall.
Yeah. That's what he would say. Only he would be, I remember speaking to the legendary gladiators trainer, and then I remember waking up this morning.
I see. Allow me to recount. There are rumors that Germanicus himself is killing Roman soldiers in the barracks. He comes in the mists. So this, you may be absolutely right, and this person could very well be Germanicus, or some pawn of his. Stories that you heard, well, they fit into what we ourselves have experienced in these few nights. The power that flows through our bodies, the blood, the strengths it gives us. I was able to tear people asunder with almost no effort.
Oh, when you made a mess.
No, not just then. When I fought the soldiers, it was easy. It was like I was faster and stronger than I've ever been. I'm referring to like the blood buffing that I had done, where I like pumped myself up to like 7 dots of all my physicals.
Yeah, I don't think Gaius has done that yet, so I'm not sure he's even aware he can. He kind of more looks at you like, oh, you can do that. Nice.
Yeah, it's like, it's an innate power though, so it's like something like you can just like will yourself to have that strength. I guess I'll explain it like that, like it's just, I don't know, I was just able to just increase my own strength and speed to things beyond what I was normally capable of in life. Things beyond what I thought was even possible.
Gaius just kind of nods, scrubbing his chin. I think it's more like, good to know.
This could be this Germanicus who is killing these soldiers and pretending to be a gladiator.
So how do we get his attention? Do we challenge him to a duel?
It does not seem wise to me.
How are you going to challenge Germanicus to a duel? I thought the mists had no form.
Supposedly he slays the soldiers in the mists whenever he has cover of the fog.
That would make sense. It would also make sense if he actually dwells somewhere in physical form. But I don't think he's going to care very much about your challenges to duel.
No, we can just go meet with this, what did you say his name was?
Are you referring to the gladiator?
Yeah, he's talking about the gladiator that, like he's asking Gaius that.
Maximus Varius Leticus.
So does Gaius relay that, Maximus?
Yeah, he does. And I'm typing it in the roleplay chat so I don't forget anything.
So, well, let us begin our evening with that.
To the barracks then. We'll have to be quiet. Sneaky this time.
They will be on guard after the, well, actually, Now think about it. I killed a woman, and there's knowledge of there's been other murders going on. So like, I don't know how on guard they're gonna possibly be. If they weren't already on guard from Roman soldiers getting murdered in the streets, then I don't know how much they're gonna care about a prostitute.
I mean, security in Isga is quite high, as you've seen. There are postings on every street corner. They're very on alert, and there have already been random acts of violence with him.
It's true. But, yeah, they are already on alert, so we must be careful.
Make perception alertness checks for me, you guys. I assume you're leaving the inn.
Yeah. What's the difficulty on this?
Let's go with 7. Twilight now. The sunrise is almost completely gone, the color out of the sky. The markets are just barely open. You guys don't have very long if you wanted to purchase things.
I have 2 successes.
Okay. Looks like Britta and Cal. Oh, hang on. What's Marco got here? Marco, you don't have any of your senses going. Okay. Everybody that got 2 successes or higher, you notice a group of soldiers that are leaving towards the frontier, the west gate. It looks like they're in a casual formation. They're going hunting, it looks like, from what you can see of their horses and their gear and equipment. They're not going in their full battle regalia. They're just going in light armor and with some bows. And they're talking amongst themselves in Latin.
I'm going to get closer and listen in. What are they saying?
Make a perception awareness check for me. Again, difficulty of 8.
She had the same thought as me.
How many of them are there?
Oh, I'd say about 7 of them. Okay, so with one success, what you're able to make out, you don't get specifics, but what you do catch here and there, the gist of it, is that these soldiers are kind of worried about what some of their friends have come back with when they went hunting just last week. Some of them said that they found their quarry in curious states. Some of them, when they were slain, after they would shoot them and then they would, wander off and then they would continue to track them. When they would finally arrive and find their quarry, they'd find the quarry either inside out, some of them skeletal already.
Ugh.
And you kind of these soldiers caught your attention because of their wild gesticulating about something being pulled inside out. There's a graphic. A man makes a graphic image of him reaching inside of a rabbit and pulling it inside out. So, where's everyone headed? Barracks district?
Guys, you want to find Mistress, or not Mistress, if you want to find Germanicus, he's probably the one out there doing the same things Callum does.
He could also be at the gymnasium.
Why would he be at the gymnasium?
He would look her directly in the eye and go to train these guns and smack his biceps. Or these, weapons. He wouldn't say guns.
I guess, yeah, if he's also 80s guy, he could be there, but I haven't seen any evidence. Granted, I don't know what his hairstyle is. Storyteller, what is his hairstyle? Is it indeed 80s hairstyle?
Oh my god.
80s hairstyle.
Germanicus? You don't know.
Those are called mullets, Holly.
Oh, I think you knew there were a lot more bad hairstyles than just mullets in the 80s.
But that's the 80s hairstyle.
He does have a point. It kind of was.
Feathered mullets.
And foundation. Lots and lots of foundation.
So I'm not gonna split up the group. I'll of course stay with the pack wherever we go, but I think we should go out and check this out here. I mean, the nice leash
I
is in
think
here
we
anyway,
should
makes it more dangerous.
Like, the whole, like, these soldiers are going out hunting thing. Like, Callum, my immediate thought was, I'm gonna follow them. Y'all go do this.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. I should go out there and do that. I mean, I'm useless in here anyway. The Romans don't let me do anything. I have to be a prostitute, which is not helpful. Maybe out there I can actually use my skills for something.
Gaius just shrugs and goes, okay, fine, we'll do that.
I think our efforts should be split. I'm best equipped to follow and stalk after these soldiers, so I'll volunteer to do that. It's like plays to my strengths, so let me be this hunter stalking his prey through the woods, you know, and just seeing what happens.
You might need some backup.
So, wait, you're wanting to go follow these soldiers because you think they're tied into Germanicus somehow?
No, not me, no. That's not why.
Okay,
They're talking
well,
about crazy stuff going on, and that's interesting. And with a lot of the stuff happening, like, maybe I can find out some more information, see if it's related somehow. I don't think it is, but at the very least, it's worth looking into. And if nothing else, I have some soldiers to eat.
Okay, because I just want to throw out there, you do have that blood oath of 2, and you were given instruction to find Germanicus, so if you're abandoning that wholesale, you're probably going to need to spend some willpower at least.
I'm not abandoning it wholesale. It's more like
Dinner.
yeah, it's like
Can't work on an empty stomach.
Look, here's the thing. I'm not really good at talking to Roman soldiers. That's like I kind of did all right the other night, you know, but it's like the best I've had with them. So my whole thought process here is they're gonna go and talk. They're gonna figure out things at the barracks district and training grounds and all that, and see if they can possibly find this. Well, they're looking for this, like, you know, gladiator. They just need to talk to this gladiator to see if he is the guy or knows the guy. And, like, I can't really contribute a lot with that. So at the very least, I can look into this other weird thing and see if it's related. And if it's not, then I got food, I come back, you know, I'm not wasting a whole bunch of time. So it's like, I'm sort of helping, but in the back of his mind, he might have that whole, like, I could be doing something more proactive, but... So I guess it's up to you, Matt. What do you think?
If the mists are coming in and killing Romans, the mists are also receding to the forest. And now out in the forest, there's a whole bunch of animals being savaged, like we see Callum killing things. There's definitely something monstrous going on out there. If it is not Germanicus, we should know what other monsters are around here. Maybe they can help us.
I've not turned anybody inside out. I've not done that. I have eaten parts of their insides.
Yeah, it's gross shit, and I didn't mean to upset you by, confusing necrophilia and bestiality, but they're still weird shit.
Are you assuming my eating fetish?
It's not a fetish, okay? I have to do it, or I vomit up the blood.
It is the definition of a fetish, actually. That's why it's under mental.
No, it's a real thing, okay? It's a part of my curse, damn it. You just wait till we get to modern nights and I can wear mirror shades and trench coats.
so it sounds like everyone's going into the forest with the soldiers. Yes? Does anyone remain?
No, we're splitting up.
Wait, who else is staying behind then? Everyone said they wanted to go into the woods.
No,
What?
the two Latins want to go talk to the gladiator because they think Germanicus trained him, even though Germanicus was 100 years ago, and he only lived out 20 years, so he should have been trained by him 4 people ago. Maybe it's because I wasn't here. It didn't make much sense to me.
This guy has supernatural, like, resilience and is immortal according to humans. Like, he cannot be defeated. And he has this meteoric rise into power in the, not power, just into the spotlight in the gladiator pits. So it's like, oh, maybe he knows something about this, or is him in disguise. Like, I'm thinking, like, out of character, he's probably a ghoul, or maybe he is a vampire, like, who knows? But, you know, he's somebody who is clearly, like, doing some serious ass whooping. So maybe he knows about Germanicus. Because it's... yeah.
Alright, well, forest group we'll have to do next time, because hey, fuck me, right? I didn't prepare the surrounding countryside for adventure yet. So we'll do that next session.
Okay. So how are we splitting? Is it just me?
You and, I believe, Britta are going together.
Alright.
We're splitting along racial and ethnic lines. Okay.
I mean, do you not want me to go? Like, I can go somewhere else. That's why I asked, hey, where do we want to do things? I'll go wherever the group wants me to go, and no one said where they wanted me to go. I was very pro-party.
To the kitchen.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's pretty much the feeling I've been getting this whole fucking game, but thanks.
No, it's just, he was hoping he would just have an excuse to feed, and now he's gonna, like, have to, like, control those urges.
Well, can I implement something here? I mean, there's 7 dudes. It's like there's plenty to go around. I'm sure you and Britta can kind of like share.
Right, but she's probably gonna talk me down.
What? Why would I do that? They're out in the forest. They could be eaten by anything. Go ahead. Go nuts, dude. I don't give a shit.
We'll find out. No, I want to stop it first.
They're Romans. They're Romans.
Yeah, like, dude, if it's plausible deniability, then yeah, murder them all. If we find one who's exceptionally strong or something, yeah, I mean, I'll look into it, but he's just Randy. He's just nom, man.
Right, but I'm also gonna give, like, actual... let's stalk them and see if they, you know, come across something weird, like they were talking about.
Dude, if you want to do it solo, that's fine. Just communicate, and I'll go somewhere else. I want to make sure people feel they can do whatever they want to do in this game. If you want to stalk them solo, that's fine. Have that characteristic be your goal.
Did not say that.
Okay, I'm just making sure you're getting to have fun. That's all I care about.
So, Gaius and Ynish, where are you going? You're heading to the barracks district?
I believe so. Yes.
If that's the plan, that's where you would go.
North or south?
North, right?
You can get there either way. It's just whether you pass through the markets or you pass through the entertainment district.
Okay. North.
Okay. You pass along the familiar territory of the entertainment district on your way to the barracks district. Mostly you hear people talking about the brutal murder from last night. And how it was probably another one of those terrible legionnaires who decided to gut a poor girl. You make it to the barracks district without incident. This place is, even for a heavily fortified city, this is extremely well fortified. We're talking a couple of guards on every corner, and with the most straight lines of sight that you can see down these streets, very orderly streets between the command post and the ordered lines of barracks, along with soldiers milling in and out of the district. What do you do? There are countless buildings here.
I'm going to be following Gaius because he's got the rank.
My rank hasn't meant shit, apparently, and I'm pretty sure he's kind of learned that at this point.
Your rank would matter dealing with the ninth or just being a soldier in general, but you definitely don't have any pull with the staff of ISCA, whose chain of command you're not a part of.
Exactly.
So, do you have are you just going to go into random buildings here? Like, what is your plan?
He would kind of look around. Is there like a way he could make like an investigation roll to see which building would probably be the most likely, I don't know, place where someone of that guy's rank would actually be at?
Oh, of the gladiator? Yeah, you
Yeah.
did his rank. He said he was probably someone high up, quote, but he never told you what rank he was, and you never discerned it. So a high rank could, that's very subjective. It could mean anything from the leader of a century all the way up to leader of ISCA itself.
Why not just simply ask for him by name?
He could. There's also like a
Want to
murder.
do that?
Not really, because there was just a murder, and just asking for him by name looks a little weird. Like, hey, where do I find this guy?
But there wouldn't be any connection to the murder in him, would there?
Well, people are already suspecting a legionnaire did it. But apparently they're usual suspects.
We are strange new legionnaires who've been acting very weird.
I mean, that said, the city itself it's a military city, so we're talking like maybe half the population is an enlisted soldier. So yeah, no shit, they're responsible for a lot of the crimes. They are actually most of the population.
Well, what I was saying is that we're new, so
They don't know that.
well, the faces are unfamiliar. Most of them, I guess. That's what I'm just thinking.
Alright, presumably if I'm able to effectively communicate, I'll ask for, let me pull that name up, see if I can say it properly. The fellow's name, and, where we might find him. I'm, looking to learn a few techniques from him. Maximus Verilius Letus?
You're just asking a random person?
Oh, no, I'm asking it one of the actual, one of the men in the barracks.
There are a lot of barracks here, numbered in Roman numerals.
Okay, who is there a quartermaster?
I think there'd be multiple.
Okay, well I'll ask the first quartermaster I find.
Okay, let's make an intelligence investigation.
Oh boy!
Attack you have?
Difficulty of 6.
Are you a smart man?
Dirt, no.
Any successes?
Negative. Oh, hang on. I got 0 successes. I posted under roleplay though.
Alright, well, you talked to a couple of quarterbasters, but none of them seem to have him on their roster.
Alright. I look to Gaius if he has any ideas.
You've killed about an hour, but you could certainly spend some more time and talk to some more quartermasters. There's a lot of buildings here.
Okay,
Good to hear more.
all right. We'll do that, and I'll narrow it down. I'll ask some more quartermasters.
Okay, roll it again.
Negative.
Alright. You talk to quartermasters pretty well into the night here. At this point, you find a quartermaster who knows that, oh, well, he would have been down at the training grounds, but it's too late now. I'm not sure where he dwells in the evening. But you could ask around. You could keep going if you wanted.
Okay. Was that the last quartermaster?
No, there's a couple more you could talk to.
All right.
You're scraping the edge, the bottom of the barrel here at this point, but you could certainly talk to some more people. What has Gaius been doing in this time?
Wondering whether or not, because like what he remembers being told is that he might have also kind of auctioned himself out, or however that works, with becoming a gladiator. So why would, like, he's just kind of thinking, why would a quartermaster have him?
He's an enlisted soldier who moonlights as a gladiator, as like a sidekick, right? But his name is the same in either instance. And so you're going around asking the quartermasters because if he is in that barracks, then he will be on that roster. That's my understanding. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. It's just he was told that he was the higher, like probably high up. So he was thinking maybe the command post would be where he would be or something like that.
Well, I'm gonna ask the last few quartermasters, and if that doesn't work, maybe I'll split off to the training grounds just to see if I can probably catch him. If not, we'll probably just follow wherever Gaius is gonna go.
Okay, if you want to talk to some more quartermasters, then roll your dice.
Numbers. Yay! That has one.
Okay. With one success, he says, "Oh, yes, I do know him. He's not on my list, but I've certainly heard of him. I'm a bit of a fan. What did you want to know about him?"
Where can I find him? I'm wanting to learn new techniques.
This late in the evening, I'm not sure which barracks he's located in. During the day, he'd be located in the command post. I think he's a whatever the equivalent of lieutenant would be. I don't know the rank offhand, but essentially he would probably command a century.
Oh, Eagle Bearer, or is that something else?
I think the Eagle Bearer is a separate position. Like, he's literally a standard bearer. He doesn't actually command. So during the day, he'd be located in the command post. In the evenings, he would have his bouts, or he'd be training.
All right. Well, only other place I can't.
Training grounds?
Might as well.
Alright, you head back towards the training grounds. You'll arrive there just before midnight, and I think we'll call it there for the session.
Alright.
Alright, everyone can have 4 experience points, and regain, let's go with 1 point of willpower each.
Can I buy things?
Yeah, what do you need to buy?
Need to get 1 dot, my very first dot in Streetwise.
Sure.
Can I get a dot of alertness? It would be my 3rd dot.
Yes.
Okay.
Apparently, a Menoplerarius is the lieutenant. And
What now? A Maniparius?
Manny Plurarius is the equivalent of a lieutenant, and that's just 1 rank below Centurion.
Okay.
Weird name. I hope y'all find this guy and talk to him, because, like, I feel like he definitely has some kind of information to give you.
Sure. It's all in his head, and I'm going to consume it. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, the issue you're running up against at this point is the fact that you only operate at night.
Yeah. And he's, like, in the day, so he's probably some kind of, like, ghoul. Is that at least what I'm thinking? Maybe he's not. But, yeah.
Alright, anyone else need to buy anything?
Yeah, let's see, I want to look. Let me see. The stuff we buy, like, with our experience, does it have to be something we have used during the session?
Depends. If it's your first rank in something and we can kind of explain it, then not necessarily. So it's a case-by-case basis. What do you have in mind?
So currently I would have non-experience. I'm debating about throwing another point in Auspex.
I mean, you did use Auspex.
Yeah, is it a clan discipline for you?
Yes, it is a clan discipline.
Okay, then you can manifest higher ranks and disciplines that are your clan disciplines.
Okay, and it's, well, maybe not, because it's 5 times current rating, which would be a 10. I'm at only at 9, so I don't think I have enough.
Oh, well, next time.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going for rank 3 where you can,
Yep.
like, touch things and...
Yep.
That's a good power. It's really good.
Like I'll be able to find stuff a smidge bit easier now.
Anybody else purchase this?
Yeah, I was actually going to buy 1 in Auspex as well.
It's a clan for you, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Alcavians have, like, such a good setup.
And dementation kind of sucks.
Dominate is an option.
No, it's only an option later on. None of the settings I'm playing in have it as an option. Well, I guess actually your game has the option now.
It depends on the continuity that you are following.
I have a question. Didn't Malkavians in the Dark Ages have dominate instead of demontation?
No, they have demontation, and then they gain dominate after the Great Prank, which is never described. That happens at I think it's the Council of Thorns, whatever it's called.
No, it didn't happen with the Convention of Thorns. It was a separate event on its own. But
It was around the same time period.
yeah. They had dominate, and then they made the Sabbat, and they gave them demontation in the Sabbat, and people were like, why can't all Malkavians have that? And so then they rewrote the continuity entirely. So it's like, how do you want it to be in your game? 1E and 2E have dominate.
Alright, anyone else need to buy anything?
I mean, if I had more XP, yeah, but only got 2 left. What about Holly thing with XP?
I was actually tapped down to 1 XP. I got 4, so it's 5. I don't really want to spend the 5 right now. I'm going to wait till next week.
Oh. What did you get?
I got Investigation 1, Alertness 2, and Potent 3 last week.
Ooh, okay.
Are you a Gangrel?
Who,
No.
me or her?
Holly, is she a Gangrel?
She's an Aramane, which is a Gangrel offshoot, actually.
Oh, really?
They're a bloodline, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking about, like, I didn't know Gangrel got potence.
Animalism, Potence, and Spiritus are the RMA disciplines.
Oh, really? I want to look that. I'm curious. I want to look this up.
They're pretty cool.
I completely spelled Gangrel wrong.
Patients on, because they do eventually die out and then they come back. Supposedly they die out and come back. When they come back, it's a whole thing where, like, instead of being a bloodline, like, on its own, they are Gangrel who have undergone a thaumaturgical ritual that transforms them in their blood into this new thing.
Hey,
And the person who is using this ritual just so happens to be carting around the body of Odin in a box. So, just saying. That's a thing in the canon.
oh, wow. Hey, how do you spell that? Aramane?
A-H...
RIMANE.
M-A-N-E.
I think it's like 254 in DAV 20.
Okay.
70. Page 70 has that bloodline in Dark Ages V20.
Let's see, a rare all. Oh, okay. Rare
Sorry, I was reading your Spiritus discipline on that.
Rare all-female bloodline of kindred.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was supposed to be, but mostly it seems like I just need to walk around. Once we get to a battlefield, I'll be able to use my skills better.
I think I'm starting to realize that every one of us has pretty much created like a fighter-type character.
Yeah, we did that knowingly at the start, that we would have weaknesses that we would have to overcome. Because remember we kind of talked about that, like, oh, we all have like these warrior backgrounds. Well, that's fine. Just means that it's easy for Matt to challenge us, and also easy for him to give us things that just make us feel powerful.
Oh no, I'm happy with it. I like that whole like last time. I said like, okay, here's 2 guards, bluff them. You got 1 dice. It's a 10.
It's a weakness that we have to overcome and learn and grow from. That's what it means to survive as a vampire. It's not be a social person.
I like that.
Alright, well, if that's all then take care, guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
No problem. You guys have a good night.
You too, man. Good night,
Good
everybody.
night, guys. Good luck on Monday, Andrew.
Thank you.